Hey YouTube, this is Justin. In this video I want to do something a bit different. I'm going to export some of my YouTube analytics and we're going to open it up in Tableau and do some analysis. I haven't yet actually looked deeply at the numbers, so who knows what we'll find. And I'm recording this video on the 25th of July. So by the time you see it, the numbers will probably be quite different, I'm hoping. But yeah, let's see what we can learn. I launched the YouTube over a year ago, as you can see over here. This is the earliest date we have. I've got it set to lifetime. And as you can see here, it says showing top 50 results. Please use export to view up to 500 results. So in a second, we're going to export this out, but I just want to explain what I've done here so we can get, as much data as possible into the in the export. So what I've done is I've jumped into the extra analytics section within YouTube and I've selected date. The reason for that is if we're going to go to video, I'm not going to click it because it will screw up my view here, but I basically want to dissect everything by date. Unfortunately, I've looked around. There doesn't seem to be a way to break this down by video. I'll probably need to play around a bit more to see if that's even possible. Ideally, I could look at, for example, impressions, views, in particular impressions and views by video per day, but I can't seem to find how to do that. So we're just going to look at it fully, like a fully blended view, which is fine for now. So let's go ahead and, well, actually before we export, you'll notice there's this blue plus button over here, which when clicked, you can add additional metrics to the table. So essentially we have one dimension here, which is date, and then we have a bunch of columns. Sorry for that bar. We have a bunch of measures as columns here, and you'll notice I've got subscribers, but I've also added lost and gained, shares, impressions, views, the watch time and duration. Probably, well, watch time we'll look at because that's something we can sum and look at the trend over time. Average view duration is an average, so got to see if that we can kind of learn anything from that. So anyway, let's go ahead and export current view. Yeah, let's do CSV. Okay, let's export this out. Let's look at table data. I want to just open it up, take a quick look. Let's save as, I want to, whoops, can I have all these messages? Let's go ahead and save as Excel file. Let's put it into downloads for now. I'm going to call this YouTube data lifetime 25th July 2021. Okay, now the reason I did that is because in Tableau we need an Excel file. So connect to data, Microsoft Excel, downloads, YouTube. Okay, cool. So just taking a quick look here, we've got our aggregate row here, which will we can filter that out now actually. Date. Let's see, relative date, special, non-null dates. Okay, that should get rid of that. Looking good. Tableau picks this up as a date field. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so let's jump in. And let's just go ahead and do some quick look around. Quite a lot of data points. to see the problem now. We only have 500 data points, 500 rows. Okay, so we have up to December 30th. So let's go back into YouTube and see if we can build something. December 30th. Okay, so 2020. So let's go 2012. So we want 31 up until tomorrow. Yesterday. Okay. So now we're going to just do a second export. I'm going to unionize. And that should deal with the limitation issue. Yep. Okay. Export CSV. Open up. Let's go ahead and open this. Okay, and let's just immediately go ahead and save as Excel. Downloads. Let's just put a -2 over here. Okay. Now in Tableau, hopefully we can do that. And I can, because it's a different data set, we can't unionize. Let's see, do this new union. No, I can't because it's a different data set. Okay, so let's just, this is going to be a bit frustrating, but just quickly format, do that. Okay, let's do that. Copy. Okay. Scroll down to the bottom here. Okay, it's looking good. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the totals. Okay, I think we're good. Save. Let's go back into Tableau. Let's remove this. This was the original. Let's refresh. And we're good to go. Okay, cool. Now we have all of our data. And let's just, okay, so I did some prep before the call by just looking up our moving window. So this is a formula which I'll include in the description below for creating moving window, window sum. So you'll see in a second what this is all about. So let me just go ahead and create it. Window range, string list, 1, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 92. Okay. Okay, just do 7, create calculator field, and let's paste it. So we want to do a window sum, and we want to sum, let's just sum impressions for now. So this will be moving window impressions. What's the error here? Can't negate string values. I guess I put my when I created this, I didn't set integer. Okay. Cool. So now watch. If I go ahead and I add impressions here and moving impressions there, just want to do a quick sanity test. Okay, so check this out, right? If we sum up impressions, we have a 7-day window. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 5, 6, which is this, right? If we do the same thing here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 6, 4, 7, we have this. So this is a way for us to look at the trend as a moving average, right? Or a moving sum in this case. So I've got 1 or 2 videos on window ranges and on moving windows and window sum, which I'll include in the description below. But this is the best way, in my opinion, on how to look at trends. So let's go ahead and add date up here. We'll keep it continuous. Let's show missing values. Let's just go ahead and add moving window impressions. Okay, we can get rid of this. And this right now is a 7-day moving window. So that would be like the daily trend. You can see it's had a really nice spike over here. But this is now a 7-day trend. And this is the 28-day trend. I'm actually just thinking, okay, I'm not going to do it, but unfortunately we don't have here when new videos were added. Forgot to add that one. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so that's moving window impressions. Let's go ahead and duplicate this and do moving window views. Right, that's obviously an important one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add it here. Let's just go and, yeah, let's add it as a secondary. Okay, so let's go ahead and synchronize axes. Okay, so let's make it hover. Okay, so that's impressions, that's views, right? So obviously they're correlated, but it seems like this was a interesting one where we had a huge spike, but we don't see a massive spike over here in views. So like the click-through rate was probably very low around here. Could look at that as well. But overall, I like this. The trend is good. Just want to check something out by doing this, adding date. Just look at the last 6 months. Okay, last 6 months have been pretty flat, which isn't too surprising. I haven't published much this in the last 6 months. Impressions obviously very high compared to before, but notice like this is almost double, while this is probably a 20% increase, something like that. But it's also nice to see like back here, you know, in the first 28-day moving window we have 84 views, and today we're at 741, so that's almost a 10x growth. And it's slow and steady. Obviously a big part of this is publishing more frequently, which I'm hopefully will be doing. I enjoy making these videos, I just haven't been focused on doing it. It's also interesting to see the number of impressions go up. Probably have to work on my thumbnails and titles to kind of get the click-through rates to be a bit better. See over here, low impressions, but the lines are much closer together, which indicates a much higher click-through rate. But as you grow, obviously, you can't sustain that. Let's go ahead and just take a last look. Let's go ahead and just want to look at shares. Because that is a nice one. People sharing your content. So let's just create a new continuous day moving window shares. Okay, so it's not frequent enough to show us a trend. Let's see, in total, how many shares do we have? Just 53 shares. Then lastly, let's look at subscribers. So we'll look at subscribers gained. Then we'll call it a day. So let's duplicate that. Moving window, subscribers gained. This is obviously just going to be people that subscribed, not necessarily the net. Okay, once again, also, it's not happening frequently enough. We have a lot of blank days. You know, it's one here, one there. But climbing, as we can see. See here, and this is 92-day window. We gained 30 subscribers in that period. Well, most of the time, you know, getting 1, 2, maybe 3. Today we're at 97 subscribers in total. So almost at the 100 mark. Okay, I'm not gonna drag this out any longer, but I hope you found this useful. If you've got a YouTube channel and access to Tableau, this is a nice little thing you can do. It's obviously manual, but something you maybe do once every few months just to kind of visualize the trend. Unfortunately, there's no way to look at moving windows within YouTube's analytics. So even though it's useful, these views are quite useful. You know, it gives you kind of an idea of performance within different periods and comparisons, etc. I like to look at things as moving windows. So that's it. If you found this video helpful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing if you're not. And thanks for watching. See you next time.